Hi, I'm so glad you're here. I'm getting ready to start a new sketchbook, and I thought it might be a good opportunity to talk about something a lot of us deal with. No matter what type of creativity we are trying to pursue, the fear of the blank page plagues a lot of us. Whether it is the untouched pages of your brand new sketchbook or your newly created document, looking at that open space can be scary. If you don't have a strong practice of staying grounded in the present moment, the blank page doesn't feel like the start of a creative adventure. Rather, it feels like a destination that you are supposed to magically and instantly reach without access to the time, talent, tools, or information you need to do it. You could put anything on that page. You could accidentally put the wrong thing on that page. But if you do your best and it doesn't measure up to someone's expectations? Or worse yet, what if it doesn't measure up to your own expectations? It can feel easier to just put your sketchbook back on the shelf, probably beside some pretty unopened journals and that box of unopened markers that are just too precious to use. It's just too much pressure. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be good at things. When I began my journey towards a more mindful life, I started realizing how I was being crushed by the weight of my own expectations and the fear that I wouldn't live up to them. Because we each experience mindfulness a little differently, it is possible for each of us to define mindfulness a little differently. I like to define mindfulness as extending a curious awareness about the present moment without attaching expectation to a specific outcome. For me, this is the most helpful definition, if not always the easiest, because I love to set my sights on expected outcomes all the time about everything. In fact, if you asked me right now how I thought this sketchbook would turn out when all its pages are eventually filled, my first instinct would be to give you an answer, even though, really, there's no way of knowing exactly what I'll draw over the coming days and weeks. I stay curious about my natural tendency to try to predict the future, and I try to breathe into the natural anxiety around that. I try to relax. Becoming more present-focused is an ongoing process, one that cannot be completed. The goal is simply to become more aware and to move forward with that awareness. As a part of that awareness, I know that when I get a new sketchbook, my brain will try to tell me a story about what a completed sketchbook should be. I have found the best way to gently reroute that story is to decorate the front cover. This has a secondary benefit of allowing me to use some of my generous hoard of washi tape, stickers, and clippings from old books and magazines. Like many anxious adults who used to be anxious children, I sometimes have a hard time using my favorite stickers because I'm afraid that I will put them in the wrong place. The cover of a sketchbook is never the wrong place. Every day for the next couple of months, I will look at these stickers at least once per day. I will get to run my fingers over the designs and delight in the way that I have arranged them on the cover. My inner child will get to be so thrilled that they got to make something their very own. I have found, most crucially, that decorating the cover with washi tape and stickers somehow breaks the magic spell of the blank page. The final act of preparation for each sketchbook is to print and attach a feelings wheel to the inside front cover. A practice I started when I was in intensive outpatient therapy a few years ago, and I have found that not only has it been extremely helpful for my emotional awareness, it has actually made me a better artist. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to make the feelings wheel handout available for download. Try decorating the cover of your sketchbook and let me know how it goes. Suddenly, the sketchbook is not some untouched and untouchable thing, but rather a well-loved object that can be held, touched, and interacted with. As a new YouTube channel, your interaction means the world to me. Like, comment, subscribe, and check out our community at so.gladyouare.com. Thanks so much. Light on.